I'm about to watch this Belmarsh documentary, and depending on how bad it is, it's depending on if my phone gets turned off or not. Depending on how embarrassing it is. So, lads, I might be in the gym in the morning, I might not. It's going to be, I'm not looking forward to watching it, only because, trust me, after spending even a few weeks, spending 9 weeks locked in a room on your own, I'm good company, yeah? I think I'm good company. I'm not that good company. Yeah, we'll see. I don't think it's going to be nice to watch, though, for me. Awkward. So what should happen now to the journalists and the fake news that reported that lie? And that lie that my children, when I rang home, had been sent by their friends that their dad had been attacked in jail. So the journalists fake news their stories. You know, the problem is, I read a fake news story like that about myself every month. But the general public don't realise it's fake news. So they're told these continuous lies for the last 10 years about me. People judge me based on what they're told by the mainstream media. The lying, fake news mainstream media. That news report was reported by the Daily Mirror, Metro, the Daily Star, and it was a fake, it's complete lies. We'll continue watching and see what else comes out of this, but at the minute, I think I'll just ask the question again, what was I doing in there? Why was I even in there? I asked a convicted child rapist how he felt about his verdict, that's it. Why was I even in prison, but we'll continue watching. Did you see how awkward their editing was? You know, when Ross Kemps sat in the cell asking me questions, they didn't include one answer. It just looked like I sat there and didn't answer a thing, which isn't how it was. They just cut out all of my answers. It wasn't that bad, was it? I knew the ending there. When he's talking to me about going home, I knew that when I'd done 3 months, nearly 3 months, the year before, the 9 months before, of isolation or solitary confinement, whatever, in Onley, I knew that when I come out, it hit me like a brick wall. So what I was upset about was because I should be excited about going home to my wife and kids. I had some terrible news about my wife whilst I was in prison, so I was worrying about her, worrying about my family. So I was excited to get home, but I weren't excited because I was also worried about coming out because I just wanted to go home and be normal with my kids. But I knew I'd have an effect from the time being isolated. So yeah, it wasn't too bad, to be honest. It wasn't too bad. I think that I just shouldn't have been in there. That's all I think. It's just total bullshit. I think that to the conspiracy theorists who said I wasn't in jail, I think you look pretty stupid now. The rest of your bullshit conspiracies also are pretty ridiculous. Yeah, I thought it was alright. I'm going to bed. I've got an early start in the morning. Night. Peace. When you're early, and I'm standing outside the gym waiting for it to open. But, do you know what? I'm looking at some of these morons, man, who can't even get their facts right. So, people are putting up pictures of a bit of food in my cell, yeah? Saying, see, he said he didn't eat. No, you idiots. In this prison sentence, which you saw last night, in Belmarsh, I was in isolation, yeah? And I thanked Rob Davis when I left the prison. Every comment I made about Belmarsh prison was that they treated me well, yeah? No, I don't think I should have been in isolation. I shouldn't have been there. I should have been in an open prison. You saw Sultan. You saw Sultan, who was in the high security unit, yeah? Which is where all the terrorists are and the most feared are. They're allowed to grow stuff and they're allowed in the gym every single day. I weren't. As you saw, I was totally isolated for 9 weeks. The difference in this sentence, which happened, which I was released from 4 months ago, and the sentence a year before, when I was in Onley, when you saw the box last night, yeah? You see the box that they had where there's nothing in the cell. That's what I was putting in Onley for my first 7 days. No TV, nothing, yeah? Just a mat. That's what I was putting. And then I was moved in that sentence to a cell where I was constantly harassed, constantly had shit put through my window, constantly threatened, constantly abused, and couldn't eat because I only had £10 a week to spend. Now on this sentence, I didn't. I had £50 a week because I was given my rights, which is what I'd done a protest over at the start of the prison, at the start of my sentence, to make sure I had my rights. So to say that I would disrupt the prison or the prison would be disrupted if I wasn't given the same rights, so if I didn't have my visits, if I wasn't allowed to use the phone, etc. Now, what I said to Ross Kemp on the way out of jail is, now Ross, how would I have been treated if your cameras weren't there? How would I have been treated if your cameras weren't there? And then I actually took it back because I felt it was unfair, because Rob Davis, I thought Rob was great, and every member of staff was great, and I think that regardless of whether a camera was there or not, I don't think Rob Davis would have allowed harm to come to me in Belmarsh Prison. Now, you've seen what it was like in Belmarsh Prison, yeah? Now, on normal location. Now, I walked into HMP Wood Hill, maximum security prison, on normal location. It's where I got these new gnashers from, because I was battered. And all of these people making comments about this documentary last night, how many of them have made a comment about the poor lad who had his face opened up and boiling water poured all over his head? Scarred for life because he disrespected Islam. What this documentary failed to show is the grip that Muslim gangs and Islam has on Belmarsh Prison. Didn't show you any of that. Didn't even go into it. Just showed that someone was absolutely battered. But yeah, no comment on that. I went to normal location Wood Hill, bad. Normal location, I've never asked for protection, I've never gone on numbers, yeah. I went into normal location in Peterborough Prison. I ended up on 24 hours in police custody for defending myself pretty well, to be honest, against a Eritrean Muslim. I went into normal location in Bedford. I was in a fight in minutes on the wing there. So all the people watching this documentary, I've seen people say, oh, I'm all for justice, it was good that Tommy Robinson was in jail. I was in jail for asking a convicted child rapist how he felt about his verdict, and I was in a maximum security prison. That speaks for itself. Anyway, I was worried about going to the gym, wasn't I? Not after watching the documentary, I thought it was sound. I was worried about a bit of banter. I thought it was alright. I thought Ross Kemp could have made a lot, tried to be worse against me. I think that he sympathised, if I'm honest. I know that after he interviewed me in my cell, once the cameras are gone, he come back in, shook my hand, so I can see why people listen to you. And here come the lads. So that. The only person that Ross Kemp spoke to, with a prison of 197 murderers and 20 convicted terrorists, the only person, while speaking to gang members, people who conflict severe violence, knife crime, gun crime, rapists, whilst travelling in that prison speaking to all these people, the only people they felt a need to put a voice over for, to say we don't like giving people with extremist views a platform, was me. All I've done is talk out about an idea. That's how powerful political correctness is. They felt the need, we must say this about Tommy Robinson. I ain't committed no crime. I ain't even done nothing. All I've done is ask a convicted child rapist, how do you feel about your verdict, mate? You know, you're in isolation, mate, and we're going to be worried about putting this documentary out, and we're going to get a backlash, so we're going to have to say how extreme he is. What's extreme about not wanting Muslim gangs raping young English girls across the country? It's not extreme, mate. It's not extreme. And completely ignored. I can't believe that still can't believe that no one anywhere has commented on the lad who got opened up and boiling watered. No comments about it. Mental.